It's the first day of autumn today, it's the 1st of October. And yesterday when we were walking here, we saw there were so many chestnuts already. So I was like, let's go pick some chestnuts so we can cook them at home in our van. So this morning we woke up early to do some foraging in this beautiful little forest here. Because it's really quiet and it's such a relaxing thing to do, and we've been wanting to do this later on anyway, learning more about creating our own food, like getting our own food from nature. And this is a good way to start, I think, and it's a really, really nice way to start our day.
I'm actually sometimes very curious about mushrooms. Unfortunately, we cannot use these things for ourselves because it's prohibited by law in the country where we're now. I'm very curious what mushrooms you can eat, but there's like so many of them. You're filming it?
Yeah.
Look at all these leaves. I don't know if you can see it actually on this lens. We're gonna have a lens very soon where we can have a much better angle. This is so beautiful. Just taking it in. Enjoying the bird sounds. So we thought we were the only one in the forest, which is not the deal, of course, because we don't own this forest, but we were actually just like vlogging a couple of meters away from a group who was doing some Zen.
Some meditation, yoga, I think.
Yeah.
Oops. I hope we didn't disturb them too much.
They're like right in there. Maybe a little bit. I think that's not a good healthy mushroom.
That's a massive mushroom. That would be like a really big mushroom risotto, but fortunately we're not allowed to pick mushrooms in Belgium in the forest. Maybe it's a good thing, because so many people would just die by eating the wrong mushrooms.
I'm very curious about mushrooms, and I saw also a book where you can, and it's like an encyclopedia where you have like all the mushrooms, which were, some of them are eatable, some of them are poisoned also.
So here are some remnants of some blackberries, but unfortunately I think the season's over, because about a month ago we saw them everywhere and we collected so many of them. They were like so delicious. But now I feel like we just ran out of time, because the only ones that are left are like these crumpled old ones, or like the really bad ones, some leftovers. So I'm afraid that time's over. But yeah, there's still other things that we can forage. So buy blackberries, see you next year, hopefully. So you see this chestnut, that's one you should not eat. This is a wild one, or like a horse chestnut. You can see the difference, like this is a really smooth skin. It's like nothing that like pricks or stings or something. And it's really obvious that this is a completely different one than the one that we have here. I'll show you the difference. Not the size, but just like the looks. This has like this little tip here and only at the bottom, a little white, and this one's like completely like flat. So this one you should definitely not eat. So if you want to do some foraging in the forest, go look up what you want to get and look up the differences between the ones that are edible and the ones that are poisonous, because we don't want to get in the hospital because of eating a wrong chestnut.
You're gonna be okay?
I'll be okay.
It's not the official word, I don't know, but yeah, let's try it. You gotta be careful.
Don't trip.
Don't trip. I'll give you a little update about my ankle, guys, because we have some good news and we have some not good news, but later on that. So the good news about my ankle is I don't have any permanent damage. Alright, and now for the bad news. Basically I have to do surgery on my ankle because there's a lot of tissue damage on that specific part on my right ankle. So they need to do surgery on my ankle to see what's actually happening inside, because the MRI was finding some problems and some complications. The only thing I'm really not looking forward is actually recovery of that ankle and actually walking again. Trying to learn to walk on that ankle is really not something I'm looking forward. Hopefully they can fix it. great if we could do that with Gizmo. Unfortunately, I think if I do it with Gizmo, I think he would freak out. But there's a cat here with his owner, and he's walking like really free. He's got like no leash or nothing. So we met this fan builder who's had a cat and he's walking. Van lifer. What did I say?
Fan builder.
Fan builder. Oh my god. And he's got a cat and he's walking with it. Unfortunately, he's searching for his cat right now because he's not coming back. Luckily, he's got a tracker on it. So basically, he's finding him. Hopefully, he can find him.
So I'm picking some stinging nettle, and you're probably wondering why I'm wearing these beautiful pink dishwashing gloves. That's because these nettles have like these little hairs, these little stinging hairs, hence the name stinging nettle. And they're really very itchy and they can really hurt you when you touch them with your bare hands. So to avoid the stinging, I'm wearing some gloves. And then we're gonna cook these because they are full of amazing health benefits. You can just cook them like you would cook spinach, basically. So I think we might make like a beautiful breakfast stir fry with this. Gizmo, what are you doing there?
I think he found his spot. Look at that.
He's purring.
Hey, buddy. I think he's enjoying it.
In the meantime, I'm actually cleaning the nettles, the stinging nettle that we just picked, cleaning the leaves with my gloves again. And then I'm gonna just wash them and make a little breakfast stir fry with them. And just to be clear, we only picked what we're gonna use. We are aware that the animals and the insects in the forest really need all of this, all these nuts and all these leaves to survive. So we're only taking just a little bit. We don't want to take something away from the animals that they need.
So we don't have a lot of things in here.
No. Also, I want to show you these walnuts that we picked last week. I think we have a video of that.
We picked up some nuts.
Yeah, some walnuts. They didn't come like this. They came in this green shell. And we're like, what is that? And then we saw another guy picking them up. This was trash that we found on the road and we picked it up to carry our nuts.
Yeah.
2 in 1. We haven't opened them yet, so maybe they're all moldy on the inside. You have no idea. You might open them later and maybe roast them a little bit too. But yeah, how cool is that, right? That's something that we're really interested in. We want to do lots more of that, of like foraging and finding our own food and growing our own food in the future. So as long as we're living in the van, it's limited to this kind of stuff. But I think once we're actually settling down someplace, then we're really interested in growing our own food. Alright, my love. Here we have some tofu stir fry with stinging nettle. Do you taste it?
Not particularly.
Hopefully it doesn't sting anymore. Normally, your face. Normally when you heat it up, the stinging completely disappears.
Oh, that's great. So I'm like your testing subject right now.
Yeah, you are.
It's like, hi, have a taste, and I'm like, oh, okay, great. And then they're like, oh, by the way, there's something you should know.
Let's see if you won't die. And then I'll try it. No, just kidding.
Seems alright.
Alright, let's dig in. Hey buddy, should I make a smoothie? Yeah. How are you feeling? Oh, okay. Okay, I feel like this is the perfect time to make a smoothie with that same stinging nettle. So I'm not going to use fresh stinging nettle because we're standing in a parking lot right now and this is not the perfect place to pick up fresh stinging nettle. So I'm going to cheat just a little bit using the powder that I already bought like a few months ago, before I knew how easy it would be to make it ourselves. So I'm just going to use this powder. It's basically exactly the same as normal stinging nettle, except for the fact that it's dried and then pulverized in this beautiful powder. Kale, frozen kale, it's super healthy. Why not? Ginger. Because Stef's not here anyway, so I can use all the ginger I want without any complaints. Love you, buddy. Some leftover acerola. Super healthy as well. A tablespoon of stinging nettle. Frozen pineapple chunks that are stuck, completely stuck. There we go, get in there, some hemp seeds, and one small banana as well. Then we're gonna blend all of this up and have a delicious green smoothie. Or maybe it will be brown. Stinging nettle is also really great if you have period cramps. It's really great too. You can drink it as tea, put it in smoothies, make stir fries with fresh stinging nettles, make soup with it as well. There's so many ways to use it. Just look on YouTube, look on Google for some more recipes, and I'm sure you'll be like amazed by the diversity of this magical plant that grows everywhere. There's one more thing, actually 2 more things that I wanted to share with you that I've been making. Like this is my fire cider. This fire cider basically is a mixture of turmeric, ginger, some red pepper, onion, garlic, cinnamon stick, some pepper, peppercorn, rosemary, a bay leaf, cloves. Basically, yeah, all the healthy things, all drenched in apple cider vinegar. And I'm gonna just keep it like this for about 4 to 6 weeks. And then it's gonna be like this really, really healthy elixir that's gonna prevent us from getting sick this winter, hopefully. So this is something we've been making in the van, and I'm really happy that I'm able to do this in our van. Which brings me to the second thing that I wanted to show you. These are broccoli sprouts, which are like basically the healthiest thing on the planet. And I'm sprouting them in this jar that I just bought very recently. And I really hope this is going to work out and there's going to be no bugs inside. So I think this is a perfect season to do this, because when it gets too hot and humid, it just gets moldy on the inside, and I really want to avoid that. Alright, my love, I made some green smoothie. Let's try it.
What's in here?
You tell me.
Ooh, it's sweet.
Yes! I was actually waiting until he was going to say ginger.
It's okay if it's a little bit and I'm not drinking the whole bottle.
So you can see that with some things of nature, with some stinging nettle that we found in the forest, you can make a lot of delicious foods, like this green smoothie for example. In our next video we're going to share some more recipes with the things that we picked, with the nuts and everything that we foraged in the forest. But for now, we're going to leave you.
Bye guys!
Boefje, is dat zijn naam?
Ja, nee, eigenlijk is het boog.
Oh, echt? Mijn vriendin een boog.
Hela, ze zijn de beste jong.